As Christmas approaches, Nigerians struggle with high cost of living. Traders report sluggish sales. FCT residents react to 12th power grid collapse of 2024. Tragic trailer accident claims 2 students' lives and injures 3 in Borno. On the foreign scene, Israel pulls troops from Lebanon following ceasefire agreement. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us. As Christians around the world prepare to celebrate Christmas this year, residents of Jos, the Plateau state capital, are expressing concerns over the soaring cost of goods and services. Many fear that these price hikes will prevent them from celebrating the festival as they normally would. Trust TV's Ado Musa visited the popular Terminus market and has more in this report.
The cost of goods and services continues to rise daily across the country, with Nigerians lamenting the ongoing increase. In Jos, residents gearing up for the Christmas celebrations are particularly concerned about the rising prices of goods and services during this festive period.
Honestly, Christmas has become something that we must celebrate as Christians. But looking at the way the market is, honestly, we don't know. As we always trust God that He will do things, we believe that He will do it. The prices of things, I don't really know. Honestly, everything, there is nothing that you can buy, even the least thing that you can buy, you can afford now, we cannot. I don't know, but we believe that God will still do it.
In the market are so too much in the prices. Just yesterday, I entered inside market, I wanted to buy a foreign rice. The local rice, price they say is 87,000 naira last. The foreign, they told me 115,000. I have to sit down and think. I come back, I buy the local one.
For now, we don't know how we are going to celebrate this Christmas, but God will see us through. That's the only thing. All we are saying is that Tinubu should look at us. According to what we had, he said he will remove subsidies so that everything will be well. But it's the opposite we are seeing.
Some traders also share their frustrations about the drop in patronage. Business has changed because things are not the same as before. People used to have money and goods were affordable. But now prices have either doubled or tripled. Business is not flourishing. People are now struggling to buy food rather than clothes or other items.
So people are not finding it easy. It's Brazilian wool for making hair. So it's not easy at all for people to be buying it. Before, we used to sell it very well. As I put this one now, somebody will come and buy plenty and buy for this thing. But now, it's not like that because of the way the things are now. It's not really easy for people at all.
The residents are calling on the government to intervene to help reduce the prices of goods and services so they can celebrate the festive season with joy and peace. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
Nigeria's national power grid has once again collapsed, leaving millions of citizens and businesses in anguish. The latest grid failure occurred on Wednesday, marking the 12th incident of the year. Stakeholders say this recurring issue is a clear reflection of the unstable and volatile nature of Nigeria's power sector, which continues to hinder economic growth and daily activities. Amina Ibrahim captures the views of FCT residents in this report.
Since the beginning of 2024, Nigeria has experienced 12 major grid collapses, with October alone witnessing 3 collapses in 1 week. This frequent disturbance have become a major source of frustration for businesses, residents and stakeholders in the Federal Capital Territory who are grappling with inconsistent power supply that led to the setback. The collapse has further compounded challenges faced by businesses, many of which depend on a reliable electricity for their operations. From small shops to large enterprises, the ongoing power crisis has led to significant losses, with some businesses forced to halt operations until power is restored.
The cost of living is getting high now, so nobody can be able to use their own money to be feeding another platform that you know that right now you never even feed, you never even eat. You want to go do fuel. But that's the way you just manage. But this apart national grid will blow down. It's a very big insult. Nigeria is supposed to have another second backup. If you don't take time, this national grid, this blowing of a thing, like how many times this year only, means in a business, somebody is there putting a plant, bringing it down for benefit of a particular group of people. And if they don't take time, wallah, you don't talk to another security issue, you say Nigeria is spending money about security, but at the end, they are not securing the citizen of the land. An insult.
This electricity supply that we are facing, honestly, is very, very difficult for us, and it's affecting our business. We are not using a steady light as Nigeria instructs us to use. Now imagine we are the one that is giving out a light, and we are not enjoying the light. When the other countries are enjoying the light, that we are the citizens of the light supposed to achieve, we are not achieving it. Honestly, we are not. The economic is very, it's not favorable. It's not favorable. So let the government do something. Let him do something, because I have been here now. I get a lot of work to do. But I'm a printer, so I do business center here. But honestly, due to the light supply, we can't do it. And you know, everybody knows what fuel price is saying now. So please let the government do something.
A tweet from the official handle of the National Grid confirmed the setback, stating that the restoration process had begun. However, the repeated nature of this grid failure raises serious concern about the reliability and failure stability of Nigeria's power sector. The reality on ground tells a different story. The grid collapse has a ripple effect, leading to disruption not just in homes but also in critical sectors such as healthcare, education, and manufacturing sectors.
The national grid collapsing, they have worked on it. I don't know, it just sounds as if it's a joke, or they are using it to maybe divert money, but I don't really understand. Even a layman can tell us that this particular thing is not rubber, neither is it plastic that will make you just, if you fix it today, tomorrow it will collapse, if you fix it tomorrow, next tomorrow it will collapse.
The 12th grid collapse in 2024 underscored the fragile state of Nigerian power sector and the urgent need for comprehensive reforms. As residents, business in the FCT continue to feel the effects of this disruption, the government must prioritize long-term solutions to ensure a more suitable and reliable power supply for all Nigeria. The resilience of power grid is critical not only for business success but for the nation's overall economy development. Amina Ibrahim, Trust TV, Abuja.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, says Nigeria is on track to add 150 megawatts to the national grid before the end of 2024. Adelabu said this on Thursday while briefing State House correspondents after a closed-door meeting with German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier and President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa in Abuja.
We have completed the pilot phase of this project up to 80%. This involves the importation, the installation and commissioning of 10 power transformers and 10 power mobile substations. They've been imported, they've been installed, and lots of them are commissioned. We have just about 2 left to be commissioned before the end of the year. The positive impact of this is that it has added nothing less than 750 megawatts to our transmission grid capacity, which is why the relative stability that we are seeing in the grid today is a direct positive impact of the pilot stage completion. So, and we believe that before the end of the year, additional 150 megawatts capacity is going to be added on completion of the entire pilot phase. And we are quite confident from the satisfaction that we got from the implementation of the pilot stage. By the time we are done with the phase 1 project in the transmission, the entire grid will not remain the same.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has defended the proposed tax reform bill. highlighting its benefits for Nigeria's development. Speaking at the International Press Institute Nigeria Conference themed Democracy, Media Freedom and Protecting the Civic Space, he called on the media to support the initiative through public enlightenment. Stakeholders at the event also emphasized the importance of press freedom in safeguarding democracy. Noel Sampson reports.
Controversy surrounding Nigeria's tax reform bill under the Tinubu administration continues to divide opinions. At the International Press Institute Nigeria Conference, the Minister of Information Alhaji Muhammad Idris emphasized the bill's importance, detailing its benefits across all sectors of life for Nigerians.
Importantly, these tax reforms also complement the ongoing macroeconomic reforms that are helping convert trillions of naira that were previously lost to wasteful and abused subsidy program into substantial savings that are now available to finance projects like the students' loans and stipends, low consumer credit, agricultural production, social investments, and many more.
Prominent voices at the event included IPI Nigeria Board Chair and Chairman of Media Trust Group Malam Kabiru A. Yusuf and former NTA DG Professor Tony Iridia, who delivered the keynote address alongside other stakeholders in the media and security sectors. They explored the conference theme, democracy, media freedom, and the imperative of protecting the Nigerian civic space.
And the fact that the IPI has existed all these years, 70 odd years, trying to let us not forget that every society will drive benefit from ensuring that its press is protected to do its work, because that way it will also protect the freedom of all of us. So that is why, even though it is the direct responsibility of journalists, it is them who feel the absence of press freedom. Ultimately, every society is affected by it.
As a government, we recognize that a free and responsible press is not optional in our journey to true and enduring democracy. Our administration is steadfast in its commitment to creating an environment where press freedom thrives and where every citizen has the right to voice their opinions without fear of intimidation.
There is no freedom of the press in Nigeria. Nigeria does not have freedom of the press. What we have in Nigeria is freedom of speech. They are not the same things. They are not the same things. Freedom of speech has some voluntary undertone because you may choose not to speak. But freedom of press is mandatory because the press cannot choose not to speak.
Nigeria's 2024 World Press Index score of 51.03 places it in the 40 to 55 range, signifying a challenging press freedom environment. This underscores the urgent need to address press freedom concerns seriously. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Tragedy struck on Wednesday when a trailer collided with a Borno State University school bus, killing 2 students on the spot and leaving 3 others critically injured. 15 more students sustained varying degrees of injuries, while 10 escaped unhurt. The school bus carrying 30 students was en route when the trailer rammed into it, causing the fatal accident. In a statement, the university's spokesman, Umar Garkuwa, confirmed that the injured students were immediately taken to Umar Shehu Hospital and the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital for treatment. Garkuwa added that the Vice-Chancellor and the Dean of Student Affairs have been visiting the hospitals to ensure the students receive timely medical care. You're still on to Trust News Updates. I am coming up. Residents react as 2 Nigerian refineries now operational, but fuel prices still soar. More when we return. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, it's the news update on Trust TV. A look at some of our top stories. We told you that as Christmas approaches, Nigerians struggle with high cost of living. Traders report sluggish sales. We also informed you that FCT residents react to 12th power grid collapse of 2024. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has intensified its efforts to safeguard public health by destroying substandard and falsified medicinal products, along with other unwholesome items worth over 11 billion naira. This decisive action aims to eliminate counterfeit and substandard products from the market, ensuring Nigerians access safe and effective medications. The destruction exercise held at the Akinyele dump site in Ibadan underscores NAFDAC's commitment to ridding the system of harmful regulated products. According to the Director General of NAFDAC, the destroyed items included expired products voluntarily surrendered by distributors, as well as unregistered and unwholesome products seized during raids on outlets and warehouses.
This exercise today is covering all the seized, voluntarily forfeited, raided and mopped up substandard, falsified medicinal products, unwholesome foods and other regulated products. And of course, it's covering products that have been collected from these 5 states, including Kwara State, which is a north-central state, but is joining us because of the proximity to Kwara State. Yes, the worth of what has been brought up together, including what Nigerian Customs Services gave to us, is about 11 billion naira. We have 10 billion 990 something million. So if we put that together, if we approximate, it's 11 billion naira.
The government will continue to collaborate with NAFDAC and ensure that things like this are destroyed. So I commend the DG and also commend the zonal director. So it's a great one, and we are happy to be here to witness it.
Nigerians are facing an unrelenting surge in fuel prices, now exceeding 1,000 naira per litre, despite the operations of the Dangote refinery in Lagos and the rehabilitated Port Harcourt refinery. Many are questioning why the government has failed to ease the burden of rising costs, contrary to expectations of relief after ending fuel import dependency. Victoria Tokolo spoke with Lagos residents about the situation, and here's her report as presented from our studio. Despite the operationalization of the Dangote and Port Harcourt refineries, Nigerians are frustrated by skyrocketing fuel prices. Hopes of cheaper fuel have been dashed as prices continue to climb. Following subsidy removal by President Bola Tinubu in May of 2023, fuel prices rose from 195 naira to between 448 naira and 557 naira per litre, a 185.64% increase. Further hikes in June and September 2023 pushed prices even higher, reaching 1,050 naira per litre after the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) withdrew its intermediary role between marketers and the Dangote refinery. While the Dangote refinery began operations in September 2024 and the Port Harcourt refinery resumed production after years of rehabilitation, the anticipated price drop has not occurred. Bus drivers like Mutiu Lawal and Ramilowo Akinola expressed the struggles, citing the pain of purchasing fuel at over 1,000 naira per litre.
It is only NNPC that was selling 1,050 naira. Some filling stations were selling 1,080 naira. So the price is not equal. So we don't know what happened to our government too, because when they said that 2 to 3 refineries is now working, you don't know why the fuel is now going up and down.
NNPC presently now is selling 1,050 naira. Total is selling 1,080 naira. Mobil is selling 1,050 naira. The other people, that's a private, some are selling 1,150.
Oil and gas marketers along with Lagos residents also shared their thoughts on the refineries and the ongoing crisis.
Dangote is private. NNPC is always a private company now. You understand? A private venture company.
What I will advise, if the marketers have alternative to bring in a lower price for now, they can, so that there will be competition. I believe if NNPC can compete with Dangote, Dangote will force to come down.
If the refinery is working, I think things supposed to change. But I don't think it's working. All those things are just rumors.
I don't think those refineries are actually working. To me, I don't think it's working, because if actually those refineries are working, I believe the price of fuel would have been down by now. More so, the cabals in the oil industry will not allow the fuel to come down.
Without urgent action, the rising fuel cost could deepen economic hardship, exacerbate poverty, and erode public trust. For a country rich in crude oil, the irony of this crisis is stark. Citizens are now calling for transparency, efficiency, and government intervention to lower fuel prices and alleviate their plight. The 93rd ordinary session of the Economic Community of West African States Council of Ministers took place on Thursday at the ECOWAS Commission headquarters in Abuja, chaired by Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugra. The meeting focused on key governance, economic policies, and regional integration issues. In his opening remarks, ECOWAS President Umar Toure praised President Bola Tinubu and the Nigerian people for their ongoing support of the regional bloc. He emphasized the timelines of the gathering, given the persistent challenges facing the region. Toure also outlined 30 critical agendas to be addressed, covering topics such as trade security, agriculture, and regional stability. He expressed concern over the decline in community remittances, with only 40% of expected funds being received from member states in the past 6 years. Additionally, Toure congratulated Liberia, Senegal, Togo, and Ghana for successfully holding peaceful elections this year, underscoring the importance of democratic stability in the region. He called on member states to reaffirm their commitment to the core values of ECOWAS. Israeli forces have commenced their withdrawal from southern Lebanon, with the Lebanese military taking over in the town of Al-Qaim as part of a ceasefire deal. U.S. Central Command confirmed the move, calling it a significant step toward a lasting cessation of hostilities. Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati hailed the deployment of Lebanese troops in the south as key to reinforcing stability, while the Israeli military completed its mission in the region. The U.S. also expressed support for the ceasefire, aiming to restore calm and allow residents to return safely. The withdrawal is part of a broader ceasefire agreement involving the Lebanese army and UN peacekeepers. South Korean police on Wednesday raided the presidential office as part of an intensifying investigation into President Yoon Suk-yeol's controversial martial law declaration earlier this month. The raid also targeted the National Police Agency, the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency, and the National Assembly Security Service. Former Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun was formally arrested late Tuesday on charges of insurrection and abuse of authority. Kim, who allegedly orchestrated the martial law operation, reportedly attempted suicide shortly before his arrest through his lawyers. He admitted responsibility, stating his subordinates were merely following orders. The martial law declared on December 3rd saw military deployment to parliament in an unsuccessful attempt to prevent lawmakers from nullifying the decree. Key officials, including Kim and senior police chiefs, are under a travel ban amid allegations of attempting to destroy evidence. Meanwhile, public opposition to Yoon's government has intensified. Massive protests in Seoul demand his resignation, with approval ratings of record lows. Although Yoon narrowly survived an impeachment motion last Saturday, fresh attempts to unseat him are underway, with growing dissent even within his ruling People Power Party, PPP. That concludes news updates at this time. For more of our news, programs and documentaries, do want to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good afternoon.